Hi, my viewers. Welcome back again to my channel, Exodus Safari and Homes, and I'm your host, Alice. So today we are going to look into the cost of living, in Nairobi, in Kenya, okay, as compared to where you are coming from. So the cost of living in Kenya is a little bit lower as compared to many Western countries. Okay, so but you'll find the cost of living in Nairobi particularly higher than any other place within Kenya. So we are going to start with accommodation. How much will it cost you, to rent? Okay, we are going to look into that. How much it's going to cost you, to buy property, how much it's going to cost you, to uh, for transport to move about, how much is food going to cost you, how much is shopping for supplies going to cost you. We are going to touch on a few of those and more. So this one is actually to help you gauge, the cost of living in Nairobi, whether it's doable for you or not. And it will also help you, to know how much you need, maybe, to budget properly, for yourself and for your family. So for a short-time visitor or for somebody who is just traveling through, Kenya to another destination, the cost of maybe the less expensive hotels, you can get one that ranges between 11 to $19, okay? Or you can get one that is maybe within or even without, that is the outskirts of Nairobi, going for as little or as much as 23 to $115. Okay. So with the less expensive ones, sometimes you might find that they don't run hot showers, or they don't also come with bed with breakfast in the morning. So that is something that you might also want to consider, although there are a lot of hotels that have online booking, okay, that you might want to visit their site, to check them out for yourself. And so the other option for you would be, if you're not comfortable with hotels, would be the B&B, okay? They start from as low as $11 to $19, okay? And they come fully furnished, okay? They also have you also get to have your own toilet and bathroom. They have a flat screen. They also have a kitchen that is fully stocked. And they also have a fridge that is also stocked, okay? And utensils. So you are able to cook for yourself if you want. Okay, so the other option for you now would be, if you're traveling with your family and you don't want to live in a hotel and a B&B is not an option for you, okay, what you're going to, the other available option for you is to get vocational rentals, okay, and some of them charge, depending on the days that you're going to be there, they charge per day. So for a one-bedroomed house, it's going to cost you between, again, it depends on the location of this house. In the previous video, I was able to say, to cover, it's not, houses are not, and accommodations are not going to go for the same price in different places. The estate in which you find them and the location which you find them, they also matter. So in this case, now I'll give you a figure, okay, that will not fail to find this house, and you're able to budget yourself with the figure. It will either, the price will fall between these two prices, and that is $19 to $38. Okay, that is for a one-bedroomed house, and then we have a two-bedroomed house going for 54 to $77, and then we have the three-bedroomed house. This one gives you the feeling that you're in your own house. It's only that the rent is okay. I don't want to call it rent, but you have to pay for it. It's per night. And the three-bedroomed one is going to go for 92, range between 92 to 139, USDs. Those are the options for a person that is maybe wants to stay here for a short time. So if you're thinking long term, Okay, you're going to look into renting maybe a one-bedroomed house or even a three-bedroomed house. So let us look at the price range for a one-bedroomed house, also depending on where you're going to get it. Okay, so it's going to cost you per month between 54 okay to $74, that is US dollars, or it's going to cost, or you're going to get a two-bedroomed house that is going to go for 115 to 386 dollars. Okay, and a three-bedroomed house will cost you between 270 okay to 1000 US dollars. So let's say that maybe you loved Kenya too much and you just want to stay here. Okay, you're welcome. So what are the options for you? So you might think of buying a property. Okay. So so these are the options available for you. Okay. So it's either you cannot, they cannot give you a title deed for land, okay, for any land in Kenya as a foreigner. But what you can do if you want to invest in agriculture, what you can do is that you can lease that land. Okay, you can lease it either from an individual or from a company. Okay, at an agreeable at amount that both of you are going to agree on. You would also need somebody to help you with that. Also need to have a good lawyer to take you through the transactions and the processes that are required of you and to meet, the demands that are also required of you as per the Kenyan law. So you'll not be able to buy land, okay, or even you'll not be able to buy a house that is sitting on a plot so long as it is sitting on a piece of earth. Let me call it earth. But you can buy an apartment. Okay, you want to buy your Kenyan home. It can be in terms of an apartment, a one-bedroom apartment, a two-bedroom apartment, whereby you're buying units. Okay, and the units also depend, with where you're getting this house from, location, that is, okay, and and what you guys are going to agree on. So to buy a one-bedroom apartment, expect to, buy it between 43,000 USDs to 57,000 USDs, and to buy a two-bedroomed apartment, expect to part with the 60,000 USDs to 138,000 USDs. And to maybe purchase a three-bedroomed apartment, you'll expect to pay around 90,000 USDs to 160,000 USD. So now that you have looked into accommodations for short term and long term, let us look at the utilities. And these are your electricity, your electricity bill, your water bill, your garbage collection bill, your charges for, your phone usage, that is the calls and the data, and even Wi-Fi, internet. Okay, so for electricity, it ranges between $8 to $23. Okay, that is for electricity. And that also depends on your usage. Okay, your water bill, expect to pay around $3, okay, to $11. For your garbage, expect to pay less than $3 per month. Now for the internet, expect to part with between 8 USDs to 38 USDs, depending on the plan that you have. And when it comes to your mobile phone, that is for the calls and for the internet. If it's Safaricom, the charges, the plans per month will start from 8 USDs to 23 USDs. And now for your supplies, monthly supplies, that is monthly shopping. So expect to pay, between $23 to $77. Okay. So let us go into the food. So what is the staple food for, us Kenyans? So our staple food is ugali, which is a maize meal cooked over hot boiling water, for between, that is, between 7 to 10 minutes. Okay. You have your ugali, which you'll be able to, eat it with various accompaniments from vegetables, greens, from stews, from various meats, even nyama choma. Okay. So when you come to Kenya, you'll find a lot of nyama choma. You also find ugali, and you also find githeri, which is a mixture of maize and beans. Okay. And it can be dry, they can all be dry, or they can also be green, all of them. That is the green maize and beans. A mixture of them is called githeri. Okay, so you also find rice that goes with various accompaniments, and also chapati. Okay, Kenyans love chapati, which is um, made from wheat. Okay, and it can also be taken and fried. I don't want to call it fried, but roasted. Yeah, over the pan. It's fried over the pan. Okay, it's fried over the pan, and it can go also with whatever ugali goes with. Is whatever is what chapati will also go with, and also what rice will also go with. Okay, just to mention but a few. So we have things like a packet of bread, milk, okay, banana, tomatoes, all these you'll be able to find with less than $1, okay. And then 2 kgs of meal of maize meal will go for less than $2 together with maybe a kg of rice. So let us go into the restaurants. Okay, you want to enter a restaurant in Nairobi. So any restaurant, expect you to know pay for your meals between 3 to $8. Okay, or you want to go for a posh restaurant, so you pay between, for a three-course meal, between 23 to 38 USDs. And my friends, I guess now with that information, you'll be able now to, you know, be able to calculate whether Kenya is doable for you or not, but I'm sure it is so doable for you. Okay, so let me know in the comment section any areas of concern that you want me to tackle or make a video on, and I will be happy, to oblige you. And also, I want to appeal to you to subscribe if you find this information useful, so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video, and also, to support my channel. Okay. If you like this video, I also ask you to give it a thumbs up. Okay, until next time. Kwaheri.